Hello, Dominic Trofeo again, and welcome to another video. This time I'm going to do something a bit special this time. I was thinking about, when it comes to, video games, when it comes to Nintendo, they always do, crazy and interesting things. This time it's not about Wii U, but it is a video gaming video. Now I'm going to do like a 5-part thing, a little mini-series, I am, about add-ons that Nintendo released for their home consoles. Now, I've got a few of them here, so I have, like I said, so of course, I'll just tell you which ones I've got. I've got the Super Game Boy for the Super Nintendo, which of course allowed you to play your Game Boy games on it. It was an interesting add-on. I've got the Transfer Pack, which was of course a Nintendo 64 add-on. Allowed you to transfer data from your Game Boy to your Nintendo 64 counterpart. Here, to put that there, I've got the Game Boy player, which a Game Boy player for the GameCube, as well as the disc. There. The Wii Motion Plus add-on, which, as I said, was supposed to make the control a bit more reliable in certain times. I will go over, in these. And of course I've got the Wii U GameCube control adapter add-on. Now, so this is the only one that is a third-party one, since, for any of you that actually know, the official one's really, really expensive. So it is. So I'm just going to have a talk about all these 5 different add-ons, and, they all do the different things they do. So, I'm going to talk about, my thoughts in general about, each of them. Now, of course, they all are different, so they, these 3 Game Boy adapters, if you call them like that, add-ons, of course, this, to make the control a bit more reliable, and this is a control adapter, which allows you to play GameCube game controls on it. Now, these add-ons are very, very interesting of how they were, shown, because of the fact of, they are so different, and add-ons usually make the game console much more interesting to do. And what people try and do is to try and make the game console much more revolutionary and interesting, and make it like, instead of making it very, the same thing, they try and do something to make it much more outgoing and exciting. Usually add-ons usually fail if, certain add-ons, like, for example, with Sega, when they released the Mega Drive or Genesis in America, they released 2 add-ons, well technically 3, but 2 of them, the main ones, the CD add-on and the 32X add-on, were both commercial failures. And that's why when it comes to add-ons, Sega are always the ones that people always think about. Oh, they made the most add-ons for their console, and you know what I mean, right? And at the time, for the first one, the Super Game Boy, was very revolutionary at the time. It allowed you to play your Game Boy games on your Super NES through this adapter. You put your game in, and all hunky dory, you can play that, and it's really, really good. And for the time, it was something revolutionary and very, very good. Of course, the transfer pack is totally different, because it's not actually a Game Boy player, if you know what I mean. You transfer data from Game Boy or Game Boy Color games to the Nintendo 64 game. But I will, say about that. Now, I only grew up with a few of these. Now, the transfer pack, of course, that I said, I never actually owned one of these when we had the Nintendo 64, but I do remember this, and it was a very, very interesting piece of hardware Nintendo made. Interesting, strange it looks, but Nintendo, they always make crazy things. But with the Game Boy player for GameCube, I also remember this, but I didn't own one at the time. And for something like this, it's very interesting why Nintendo did this, because of the fact the GameCube was failing at the time. It wasn't selling well, and the Game Boy Advance was selling like hotcakes it was very, very popular. So they made this to make people who had the Game Boy Advance purchase a Game Boy player for the game and GameCube to play them on the screen, and it was a very good idea. And I thank Nintendo for that. They did it really, really well. Now, of course, the next one, this is what I grew. Of course, I grew up with this one, the Wii Motion Plus. Now, what this was a little. Take this out. Just put that there. It was a little add-on which you connected to the bottom of the Wii remote. You know, like that. I usually keep it in the jacket because it looks more pristine, really. But a lot of people didn't really matter. Now, this was actually supposed to make the Wii remote much more reliable when you use it. So if you like, you throw in, or if you're hitting a tennis ball and playing tennis or whatever, it makes the Wii remote much more reliable. But over time, it starts to really wonk over. It starts to be a bit wonky, so it does. It starts to lose the the signal of it and everything. And over time, it starts to be very, very reliable. Now, which I got one of these out on the table. I've got a few of them. It's the Wii Remote Plus, which was a standardised Wii Remote, which had the Motion Plus built in. I will show that in the video when I do it for the Wii Remote. And that's the thing, though. So people prefer to have it, either built in, so they don't have to have the thing, yanking out or hanging out or whatever. And or people prefer that because it's just much more cheap if you get it with the add-on. Which is really, really good. Now, the other one, just put that there, sorry, is of course the GameCube controller adapter for the Wii U. Now, this is actually the one by Mayflash, which allows you to use it on a PC as well. But for those that don't know, the official one is actually really, really expensive. And if anyone actually does go online, if you look on eBay, Amazon, even certain video game websites, they charge so much for these because of the fact Nintendo did not make a lot of them. And I remember when that happened, I really, really wanted one because I was a huge fan of Super Smash Bros. Because that's what it's for. And I remember I always thought, well, I'll wait until Christmas. Wait after Christmas. Everything's gone. Christmas is gone and everything. And I remember everywhere was sold out with the official GameCube control adapters. And I couldn't believe, why they're so popular. And it really, really shocks me that there's people out there that bought 2 of these at the time, because they were so cheap. They were $20 in America, and over here in England they were $30, which weren't bad really. But because of scalpers, as they call them, bought so many of these control adapters, it was really impossible for those that wanted one, just like me and other fans, purchasing one. So luckily, third-party companies created this one, like I said, by Mayflash, as I said. And it's a really, really good, version. So it's, you got the 4 controller parts on there. Of course it says that as well. And you've got the Switch on there as well, which says PC and Wii U. So since I'm on Wii U, that's what I use it for. And you just connect it via USB, same one. And that's really, really good. But that's the style things go. Sometimes Nintendo make a really good idea, and usually they might, understock them and, do nothing. And that's a shame. As I said, that's what it is. But as I said, the add-ons are very, very intriguing. I think especially the Game Boy adapters. I think the Wii Motion Plus one was really revolutionary at the time, because people the Wii Remote went before the Motion Plus add-on launched with Wii Sports Resort, which it was bundled with. You didn't have a proper, accurate, usage when you used the Wii Remote. Everyone just used to do that, and as I said, not blaming everyone else, but I did that as well. We used to just play it and do that when it came to tennis. I think that's just because of laziness, really, but I don't want to say that. But it's just interesting. Well, thank you for watching my video of the beginning of this little mini-series about the Nintendo add-ons. The second part will be about the Super Game Boy. So I'm looking forward to doing this, and thank you for watching. See you later. Bye.